Good morning, dear viewers. Welcome to Lumen this day. My name is Sidin Mwamainda. If you are a soccer fan in Zambia, a follower of this beautiful sports, you know what is cooking at Football House, and social media is buzzing. That is one of the stories that we'll be looking at this morning. But for now, allow me to welcome my colleagues on set. Vincent Piri, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Sydney, and welcome, viewers.
Great.
Thank you so much.
You are smiling at it. Welcome to the
Thank you so much, Sydney. You're also smiling, so I just had to, smiles are very contagious. Yeah.
You are in black.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
Imagine.
What's happening?
No, it's just because of the weather, and I think we just want to keep warm.
You look nice.
Thank you so much. You look good too.
Didn't say it.
I will say it now. You look nice.
Okay. Yeah, so dear viewers, you can join us with your phone calls and your text messages on the numbers that are showing on the screen. The other story we'll be looking at, maybe this is the one we'll delve in right away, is I think those who are in the church circles, even in the secular media, by now we know that the Pope is not well, but at least last evening, Vatican gave us news that his condition is stable. Grace, the Holy Father is not well.
Yes, he's not fine, but reports coming from Vatican says his condition is stable and he is receiving treatment accordingly. So we're wishing him a quick recovery, and yeah, we just want to see him fine. Yes.
Yes, we want to see him fine. There's some things that I like about the way the story of the condition of the Holy Father is rolling. I think the Vatican press office is doing a very good job. They are updating the media at every time and whenever it is necessary. It's not a situation where, the Pope is also the head of state.
Yeah, he is.
Vatican City. Yeah, but even here in Zambia, when stories of the head of state start coming out, he's sick, they come out as rumors. But the church does it the opposite way, which is a good way.
Yes, it is.
The head of state is sick, the head of the church is not well, and they are saying it openly, he's not well, and we are told he's been unwell for several days. Yeah, I think the first story came out on the 6th of February. Yeah, apparently he has bronchitis. Yeah, so he undertook a number of tests, and then at some point there was news that he is in a complex condition. Yeah, and a source of worry, but at least we are told he's continuing with medication and
he's responding well to treatment.
And that yesterday he even did some work. He was reading the other story from Vatican press office that I was reading. They said even he has got a regular way of should I say habit of communicating to some priest at a parish in Gaza. What has been happening in Gaza, the issues of war and the like. Yeah. So there's an Argentinian priest there running a parish and the like, and he's got days when he makes a call, video call there and the like, and then when they heard he's not well, they thought the condition is so bad that he can't make a video call, and they were waiting, and the Holy Father, on the right time and day, he just made a call, and he told them, thank you very much for your prayers, I'm doing well, and he just encouraged them, and he's overwhelmed with the prayers and the good messages that people are sending. I think that is the way it should be. When Sydney is sick, I have to say, not well. We have, Vincent, do you tell people when you are not feeling well?
Oh yeah, I mean, that's the situation I'm in. So people should know. I mean, why should you lie that you're not well and yet you are that you are okay and yet you are not well? You end up in a situation where instead of taking the medication, you are not taking it because you are telling yourself you are okay, and the consequences that the disease will escalate, and then it can even kill you at the end of the day. So I think it is important, like you said. We've seen situations where prominent figures, when they are not feeling well, the people that are close will try to hide the illness and tell people that they are okay and so on, and then people just hear rumors until you realize when it is too late. And we've seen situations where certain people have died and so on, which is not good for me.
I think being open when one is a prominent individual is not well is actually very good, because people are actually researching on new remedies to heal different illnesses, and then when you are open, you don't know who has actually found the cure to your problem. And when it just keep it to yourself, like, no, if I tell people, what will they think of me? No one was going to help you. So it's best that you come out and say, no, people, this is what I'm feeling. I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm not able to do this. Like that, you'll be able to find help. I think the Vatican is really doing well, because I'm sure the other people that are actually reaching out to them to say, oh, he has bronchitis, we have researched and this can work on him, this you can do this, you can do that, and at the end of the day he is getting better, which is a good thing.
And also when you review, it like liberates you.
It also gives a relief.
Consciousness is at ease, everything, whatever. But then when you are hiding something, you're not at ease. You're always thinking, what if that one discovers? What if? And so as a patient, you also tend to put pressure on yourself. And also the other thing, I think it's humility. Because we read from Vatican Press also that for some time, the Holy Father has even been delegating his collaborators to do some of the duties, like to do the Papa audience and all those. And also, I think last week, instead of doing the Papa audience from where he always conducts them, he was doing it at his residence. And that also is, again, another confirmation, practical one, that no, I'm not well, I can't move up to where I'm supposed to go and do it. But then I have at least some energy to do it from here, you see. So I think that is what people need to learn, that when we are sick, of course you can't go out and tell every Jim and Jack, but if you're a public figure, you are a public asset, and people want to know. So with what the Vatican Press is doing, we can't suspect, because
it's actually giving a clear conscience.
Information.
Yes.
So no one can cook falsehoods. Say, no, this is what is happening. Because they're up to speed, they are giving information out. But when information lacks, that's when you find people suspecting, starts cooking stories which are not there, and they're like,
And I think we all know that everyone gets sick at some point. So, I mean, the position that you have does not prevent you from getting sick. And so when you are sick, it's people should know. I mean, people should know, because the sickness will not go away on its own. It will need some medication for it to go away.
I think at the moment, dear viewers, again, we invite you to make your comments on the stories that we have. One of them is, of course, we're just talking about the condition that the Holy Father has. He's not well, but Vatican tells us the Holy Father is stable, and he's continuing with his prescribed treatment, and we wish him well. We want him to come back to his duties actively. the other story that we have is the issue that is coming out from Football House. Vincent, I think, I don't know what you make of them. There were nominations for the presidency and these other positions. And I think yesterday names came out and there were casualties, a lot of them at presidential level. Yeah, and I know at some point we'll be talking to Bwezani Mbewe. I don't know whether you are dialing the line now so that we can hear one of the Zambian football gurus. That we have,
let me just try to call him now. And is it Airtel?
It's so meanwhile, as even you are calling him, what do you make of them yourself? You are a football follower, and
look, there were 9 who filed in. Okay. Hello, good morning, Bwezani. Hello, good morning. Yes, this is Vincent calling you from Lumen TV. Yes. Bwezani, there is something that is happening at the Football Association of Zambia. And of course, we had 9 candidates filed in their nominations. And just yesterday, we heard that 8 of the 9 have been disqualified, so to say. So meaning that the incumbent, Mr. Andrew Kamanga, is the only one that is eligible to stand for these elections, meaning that he is going unopposed as things stands. Just how do you look at this situation and maybe the technicalities that were looked at?
I think it landed as a shock to a lot of people. After successfully finding in of 9, and to just come to a realization that only one correct is an incumbent, it brings a lot of eyes. For me, that was my reaction. But I think we needed to rush quickly to the governance review committee that we are actually giving these cases, and look at the reasons that they were saying. I think it was leadership experience, which they looked at the 5 years of experience and at least 3 years of leadership experience immediately before the elections of 2022. And the other was the ministry of the nominators. And this is where the issue is. You understand? And this is one thing that I think should come out very clear. I'll explain that. Then the integrity test as well as the fund connect. I think if you listen to Antongo when he was discussing that, you can actually figure out that these 4 items could be the ones that are actually being the key to who qualifies and who doesn't qualify.
Now, Bwezani, of course, before filing in nomination, the 9 candidates, of course, can we say they were aware about these technicalities?
Well, basically, if you're going into an election, you need to know the rules. You understand? Because what we have here, it's not a complicated matter. What we have here is the first constitution, the electoral code, and there's an annex of the integrity test. So it's only these 3 documents. Okay, and the people are going so far into the Constitution Article 33, which is very clear on how someone should actually be elected. And as I say, if you look at what, for instance, the nomination, the technicality here is something that, has to be explained to very well. You want to look at it as, for instance, I'm hearing sentiment that others who were nominated are actually not registered in the first connect. But then, who nominates? Is it an individual or the club? Okay, so those are the questions that have to be responded to. If they are the clubs, for instance, you are dominated by Greek Eagles and you are dominated by Kawe Warriors, the people, you are not bringing the whole club to nominate. If a representative is going to sign, the only verification that has to be done is this representative that is signing eligible member of the club. You understand? Because at that point, it's not an individual. So this is what has to be explained. Because if it just goes like this, well, some of the disqualifications will start to be very unfair.
Okay, Bozani, thank you so much. Unless there's something that you feel you can tell the viewers.
Yeah, for me, over the elections, I think those that are listening, is a very big issue. This, look, people want to be very transparent, give the reasons who has been disqualified and why. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
Who failed the nomination and why? That is a very critical. What exactly is the integrity test check? We need to look into that. Was first connect system flawless, or are we dealing with technical errors? Because I've also checked around officials for this season. You can as well check this. No officials have actually received cards for the 2024-2025 season. How do you expect them to be in the system if they don't have any identification of that season? So that's the flawless I'm talking about. So for me, I think the onus goes to the governance and review committee to explain the reason as to why other people have been disqualified. Because honestly, it doesn't make sense. From the 9, only one knows exactly what the game plan is. It doesn't. They need to seriously explain this. And I saw people calling for a FIFA ban whatsoever. No. There's an appeal that goes up to the 22nd of this month. You understand what I mean? So those that are aggrieved, I think, have to go to an appeal because I'm seeing some of these being reversed and just working on. I personally, my own opinion is that I don't want to go to an election where there's no election whatsoever. You should actually check around. It's not only the past president. Check around in the provinces, you see a lot of unopposed. Other people are invalid. If there's something wrong with this constitution, and something has to be done to it. You can't have elections where people are not voting, everyone is being unopposed. Then there's completely something wrong. It's like you have to go to the University of Zambia to get a degree to understand how you can actually be a contestant of an election. It shouldn't be like that. This is just telling us to say there's completely something wrong in the past constitution. Those would be my last words.
Is there any change of constitution, so to say? Because I think this is happening for the first time where we've seen a number of people filing in their nomination, but only one goes unopposed.
It's not happening for the first time, and those are the questions that people should be asking. I'll give you one example of Emmanuel Munaile, who was eligible in the last election, is ineligible in this election. You understand? That's where the questions have to be coming from. What happened all of a sudden? The eligible becomes ineligible. You understand? It is just telling you to say something is wrong and it needs to be corrected. So those that are appealing have to quickly appeal, look at their cases, fight it as much as possible, because honestly speaking, even him as the president of the association, Andrew Kabanga, he goes to Livingstone and then he is told you are unopposed as the president. Where is the pride? You understand what I mean? There's something wrong. Where is the pride? Okay? So there is something that seriously needs to be looked into and cleared before anything else happens. So if the people are going to sit back, it will be a mistake. They need to come out, fight for their cause, and make sure that they get the understanding of what we are looking for.
Thank you so much, Bozani. Of course, we'll be calling on you. We are missing you on the sports show. When are you going to grace us?
I'll be back. This is the introduction again. And congratulations, of course, we know there are a lot of developments going on. And I'm always available when you support.
Okay, thank you so much, Bozani.
Thank you.
Okay. So dear
Okay,
viewers,
so-
that was Bwezani Mbewe speaking to us here on Lumen this day. One phrase, the ineligible becomes uneligible.
The eligible comes uneligible. Yes. With the same constitution actually running. So confusing.
And he asks, when you go as an opposed wing, there were a lot of people who were vying. What pride do you find in it? But again, scanning through social media, I find something that Dek says the same person who is gone and opposed, the case is still active. So like we said last time, the elections are on is it 22nd March?
The elections are on the 31st.
31st March, yeah. So this is one story, dear viewers, that is still a running story. We'll go with it, and I'm sure there are many people who are saying they will challenge the election. Grace has one story that we need to squeeze in a bit, the robbers that were killed. Grace.
Okay. 4 suspected criminals were gunned down in Lusaka by the anti-corruption squad. Yes.
Anti-robbery squad.
Yes, that's what they said. It's the anti-robbery squad. Mainly people call them. Anti-corruption. Sorry.
No, it's anti-robbery.
Anti-robbery.
It's actually one and the same thing. So those guys were gunned down. They actually 4 of them, like the stories that are coming out, and these people were actually discovered that day on the 8th of February when they tried to rob a moving car at Crossroads just next to us here, and then they drove through to Kablonga Road, and then that's how the anti-corruption was informed, and then they had to follow up, and these guys were actually found in Matero. That's where they were gunned down. And then stories speculating on social media, people asking, is it right to gun down people before you even investigate if that was true or not? Yes, people are asking to say, is it right? Does the Constitution of Zambia really agree to suspects of crime being shot down as they are being just maybe, we don't know. What do you think about that, Sydney? Is it right for a suspect, because those people were not actually, they were not proven by the court to say they were actually robbers, but they were gunned down because they are suspected to be criminals.
Now, I need to put a disclaimer that I'm not a law expert. Maybe from the Bible scripture point of view, I can answer that one directly. But again, the way society lives and the laws that we have in the Bible are totally 2 different things. But of course, I would say it's not the first time that suspected robbers have been gunned down by those that have the powers to do that, the anti-robbery squad. There are times they've done that before. But whether it is good or bad, again, it is them that know better. But there are cases in which we've seen, even in the past, that some criminals have been gunned down. But the proper way is always to not to kill the people, but maybe to wound them, and then you wait for them to recover, and then you take them to court. I think that is the way it goes. But when they are killed, I don't know what conditions come in, but there are times when that has happened. But for me, the issue is again criminal. In our communities, I think is continuing. The other day we were talking about those who are snatching phones, laptops in vehicles and the like, and these we after vehicles or a car, so to say. It is a bad vice that we need to bring down, to see that it reduces. But of course, vices like this, we know that they come because of many things. Among them, when I think there's too much, is it hunger, is it poverty, is it lack of employment? Those are things that we see them sprouting out in communities in forms of crime, in forms of prostitution, something like that. So we need to look at the larger picture. What is it that is causing this? And then obviously the anti-robbery squad, one thing that I know is that they tend to track people for some time. They see the activities and then I think they are trained that way.
Yes.
Yeah, but all in all, we need to look at what is it that is causing this, and then we address it.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we are not safe.
Yeah, we are not safe. Looking at it, these people, I'm sure, they were only 4. And looking at what they did, because there were even other reports saying they were involved in another criminal case where they actually attacked a Chinese national as he was trying to buy car spare part at a named auto shop. And then these people, I'm sure they have, it can be they're a group or something. Now you kill, it's not like a killing evidence to say, okay, if those people were not killed and then they were questioned, at least they would have known where the source of everything and how it started and everything. But like this, they're afraid. Obviously, maybe if they have friends, their friends will be like, oh, they are dead now. They can't even find us, and wherever we are, they cannot know anything about us because the people that they were supposed to tell them about us are actually gone, which is not good, because we keep on going. These people will just be doing things anyhow, knowing that even though I do it, they'll just shoot me, and my friends will still continue with the same things that we do all the time. I think the Anti-Robbery Commission should actually try by all means to be able to apprehend them. Just like you say, they should wound them if they try to fight back with them. Just wound them, because I'm sure they were taught these things during training. Yeah, they should be able to at least be able to apprehend those people and then get valid information from them, and then work on the other people that are actually doing the same things. Yeah.
Yeah, trouble is when they are also armed. You know, when they fire. The one who is trying to arrest may be the victim. Vincent, as we close, we are running out of time.
Yeah, well, I think it's not a very good thing to kill the suspect, because I think they are chasing a suspect, and in that incident, if they kill them, they are still killing a suspect. So at the end of the day, that suspect should be taken to prison, and maybe they go to the courts and they hear their views. And sometimes it's also getting to know what is behind all these things. Why are they doing all these things?
Give
and
information.
Then
they help you in finding the cause.
Yes, and then by so doing, you discover quite a lot of things that are happening behind. And then instead of just dealing with that person, you deal with where everything is coming from, and then in the end you get a better society, because at the end of the day, those people will realize what they are doing is wrong, and then a society is changed in such a situation. So I think for me, it is not a good thing. I saw a documentary where the police became the police became serious victims in a situation like this, where after killing a suspect, and then they started going to courts, and then it was the police that ended up in a bad situation. So for me, I think we should avoid killing the suspect.
And it's so sad, because all these suspects that were gunned down, they're all youths. Yeah. These are youths that if things were to go right, they're supposed to lead the country in the future, and then such things are occurring. Yeah, so I think the right people should look into this, and then help the youths out there, help us, the youths, to do the right thing, because sometimes you find, just like you said, it's lack of employment. Yeah, I think maybe it can be one of the reasons why these youths are actually ending up in such situations. So if the government can look into it and then find things for the youths to do, I think they can actually, these things can actually tone down a bit. Yeah.
I'm sure by saying that, you're not saying, because we're not telling youths to say,
You
when
can
there's
start-
no employment, then you go for bad activities like turning into thieves or robbers. That is bad, because either way, the law will face you, but killing is not good. So maybe at this moment, dear viewers, we want to thank you for having followed us, and we continue to encourage you to participate on this program with your text messages, and with your phone calls on the numbers that scroll or stuck on the screen. So we are coming back again on Thursday with another edition, and for today, this is what we had. We continue to wish the Holy Father a quick recovery, and we urge you that please, if you want to know exactly what is happening at every moment as concerns the health of the Holy Father, you can go to Vatican News website or Facebook page. You'll get the information and you'll not be lied. And then say a prayer for the quick recovery of the Holy Father, and even for other people who are not very well, as he himself is doing, even if he's not okay. From me, Sidin Mamainda and Grace Casapato, Vincent, it's bye for today until Thursday at the same time. Bye.
Bye.